Top of morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If series that I had planned for a very long time. So, the reason why is because, first, I did a lot of my research of how can I turn Zuko from being a normal kid into a lava monster. And many tries, but none of them sound good. But now it is time for it to shine. Because I already got all the one custom character that looks like, this of course looks like him, but he has a teleportation, like portal or teleportation. And please please make sure you turn the subtitles on before we start. So, 3, 2, 1. Did you do it? Okay. So, and I'm also adding Zumi into this what if. So, yeah. And she'll be the cannon, like not a weapon. No. She would be like her brother from the canon, like anime one, if you know what I mean. So, let's begin. Them being born, then at age of 3, the Zuko did save Bakugo's life, from getting run over or by a armored truck. And Bakugo, so then all the vehicles went, and of course Ochako at like age of 3, like a young Ochako, that's what fell in love with Zuko. Because, so, then Bakugo and his group said to him that no matter if it, from now on, we need, like, your guidance thing. Okay? So, So then at age of 4, the Zumi and Zuko went to a quirk doctor. Let me go over to the quirk doctor for... There it is. So the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk of fire manipulation. And then Zuko, when he turns over to Zuko, told him that he was quirkless. can become a hero. So then when he got back to when he got back to school, he felt kind of down because he was quirkless. But Bakugo and his group and Ochako did not care if he was quirkless or had a quirk. So yeah, basically, they love him. Bakugo respects him for saving his life, and of course the group respects him. And of course Bakugo's true love is actually for Zuko's sister. So then, but one day, or at age of 5, or actually one day they were still at age of 4. A student that had teleportation, not Kirigiri, but someone else, he decides to grab Zuko by the throat, teleports him to the active volcano that was active somewhere else. As he looks at him, as he tells him, "This is the goodbye, quirkless loser." As he did pull out a gun and shot Zuko in the chest, and then dropped him into a volcano. I tried so hard to make the red volcano look so active. So Zuko falls right in, and he immediately gets burnt to a crisp. Not really. It actually did something, because in his DNA there's called infinity and 0 inside of his DNA. So he laid in the volcano, he just laid there, curled up in the ball. Or actually, he had his legs stretched out. As then the guy got arrested for something else they did not acknowledge, and Zuko was dead. So 11 years have passed. They did know that Zuko died, and everyone was sad about it. So, yeah. Then let's do a time skip, because when I say time skip, it's so Zumi is now 15. She goes to UA, and of course Todoroki finds some interest in Zumi. And of course, Bakugo does not want her to be like with another man. So they're fighting over her, like fighting each other to win the love for her. Yeah. As Ochako tries to comfort Zumi because, yeah. So then, yeah. And she could not sleep because every time she sleeps, or she has these weird dreams of Zumi, or no, Zuko. No. And she did tell her parents, but her parents are like, he's dead, sweetie. Nothing can survive that volcano. Okay. And they, if there was there. Okay. So then her father looks deeply into it, though. He did the scan. What he found shocked him. The radar on his like device says that someone is in there. So yeah. So then they skip to the All Might versus All for One because and All for One says to All Might because he says that, this is one thing. What's the most powerful, or what's the powerfulest power in the world is? I'll give you a quick answer, or the answer. Infinity and zero. You know who has that power? The man that one of my guys killed. Thrown him in the lava. Because the Zuko, or because one of my men thought he was quirkless. But that's he somehow so yeah. Then after the laser, or no, actually All for One shoots a laser, a hand comes out of nowhere. Like spiky hand stops the attack as they're like, what? As something's coming out of ground. A big monster that was about bigger than Mountain Lady's quirk would let her do. As he basically grew and grew to the size of a mountain. Past a mountain. As he grabs All for One and crushed his like body, melting it faster than the All for One's generation quirk. Ripped him to shreds. And yeah, and plus it was as All Might saw as the monster went on a rampage, destroying buildings after buildings, as everyone had to evacuate the area, but except for the pro heroes. So the villains cheered on this lava monster. Then 1 second they realized, oh crap, as he killed all of them with a single swipe from his hand. As he goes on a rampage, killing anything running. As the Zumi was there, but she was not wearing like what they were wearing. She was wearing her fancy or superhero outfit because her father asked her to join. But then when all hope was lost, then she hears her brother screaming in pain. 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 Confusion. Like, as she thinks that it's just a mirage and her brother's actually dead. But then her eyes got blurry. And instead of seeing a lava creature, she saw her own brother standing there. As he says, and the lava creature roars, and Zuko says, I will kill that guy that threw me in the lava. As he roars louder. As Zumi understands his pain, as she wipes her eyes as it went back to normal, as she froze. She did not turn to stone, it's just her reaction. As Asashi could tell that or what's wrong, Zumi? Or what's wrong? Tell me. Please. As Zumi starts to tear up. What did you see? I saw my brother in pain, in rage. He said, and he's gonna get his revenge on the person that threw him into the lava. It as yeah, that's so. As Asashi was like, wait, so you're saying that he came back from the dead? And Zumi cuts him off. He's not dead. And remember what All for One said about him having the powers, or Runner has the power of infinity and zero. And you know what it does? It doesn't allow a user to die. And plus it protects the user from harm. And she's all gets aggressive. And we could be that volcano. Oh, he could still be alive inside that volcano. I know. As they could not believe it. As they even did not even think about that. And so, and this is his soul fused with to make that creature. So we need to, as she goes over, or she runs quick, and she used her grown-up voice. Brother. As the monster stops rampaging. As he turns around. As he looks at her, and his eyes went from anger to doubt. As he does not want to touch her because he's magma. It burns her. But then, of course, the Endeavor, Azumi says, I know that you want your revenge on the person that did that to you. And please stop. You're burning everything around you. Rather, please just come home. Please. As the monster says, I can't. Think every time I try to think about it, that guy needs to pay for what he did, and my body is still inside that volcano. Oh, so the prisoners did escape. Just him. So then he gets up. Or he actually did teleport. And he says, I do pay my debt to him. Zuko, seems like I was wrong. As the monster looks at him, I know inside you're angry at me for calling you weak. But I did not realize that you had this much power, or until okay? So, you can end my life right here, right now. Go ahead. Azuko's monstrous hand reached over and grabbed him and melted or burnt, or no, melted the guy to nothing. Like there was no remains. There was no nothing. Azuko, as he completely went there, he went back to the volcano where his actual body was. I don't know how to say it, but not frozen. Yeah, it's it's similar to Frozen, like froze, but it's more like the lava isn't like touching. So, so yeah. So Zumi and every pro hero flew over and yeah. So then the lava golem reached inside and grabbed a box or a glass box where Zuko's was at. He pulled it out. As he tells his sister that that his own sister relied on him. He cared about her. Yeah, so then he puts it down and the glass and like he puts or they put him on a table and or like they could not believe it. As a golem went back into hibernation, as Zuko's soul went back into his body. So then they could not believe that Zuko is still alive after all these years. As Bakugo and Ochako teared up, they could not believe that this kid had survived in the volcano after all these years. And they yeah. So he ends up going home. Ow. Sorry. So So then the next day, or like, let's say 2 days after that, they had a mission of overhaul thing, and overhaul was going to use as a, because I'm skipping over the ball or dodgeball. So then now the Overhaul becomes a monster, and he's about to kill Zumi. Yeah, as before, and she said, "I wish my brother was here." Yeah. So then Zuko's eyes opened with sharp looks, his teeth grinned as he broke through as a tornado of fire comes bursting out as it goes right to where, or right in behind, or actually Zumi tripped and Overhaul is about to kill her. But then the flames comes out and hits Overhaul, sending him backwards. As the Zuko formed, reappeared. As Zuko walks over, as he says, "Hey, little sister," or big sister. As he went through evolution stage. So he is now a big buff up guy. Because Infinity and Zero, once they get released their power, or once he was released, he went from being a 3-year-old, or no, it looked like that, minus the tears, to looking like the I'm trying to think. He looks like that. So yeah, Zuko ends up with flames, as he says, little sister, what did you get yourself into? As Zumi tells her, or tells him that it's good to see you, and this is Overhaul, and yeah. So then, yeah, Overhaul's like, who the heck are you? Me? I'm the big brother to Zumi. And you were trying to kill my little sister? That's not okay with me. So I will make sure to end you right here, right now. As Zuko used special techniques, like there was one that he says, rain, flame, and smash. As the water, it creates clouds, and it created one giant fist full of flames and water mixed together. As it burns Overhaul, sending him flying, or no, burns him around. As he used the earthquake. As when he was down, or when he was gonna get back up, Zuko grabs Overhaul's head as it separates separates Overhaul back into the 4 people. Yeah. So then, yeah. So during all that time that Zuko was in that little glass box thing, in this part right here, he ends up, his mind went into a different world. Endless possibility thing. So yeah. So then the Zuko came back to reality and all that stuff. So then actually Ochako was like when she wants to run up to him and hug him like that. Eh? Kind of love. And plus, everyone's like, man, is this the same kid that they found in, like, a volcano? Yeah, it is. And it was, let's say Mirio said, like, is that a kid that was in the volcano that we found? As Sir Night Eye says, yes, it is. As Momo could not believe that how much power this Zuko had. As Zuko tells Overhaul that I went 2 different areas. My soul created a flaming golem. And the other, my mind created went into the multiverse. And it was a scary place. The one that I will never want to forget. And as they see, like, water and fire and, like, every element curled up into a ball, as he says this destruction blade, or he did not see the giant ball. They see a giant sized earth, or like smaller than let's say 3 beds, and like of a giant, or no, actually 3 beds of a normal bed. Yeah. Put on, like, that's how big it is. Yeah. As he says, and yeah, after, because Overhaul, or actually to just knock him out. Yeah, so he does that. As he feels much better, as he turns around, as he says, how are you doing, little sister? I'm doing pretty good. So yeah, So then, yeah, Overhaul ended up becoming, yeah. So let's recap. Before we move on, so he killed All for One, or no, actually, this guy killed Zuko by throwing him into the lava, and then he created a golem, from his soul, and then his mind went into the endless world, basically multiverse, and then he came back to life. And of course, when he was the flaming golem thing, he killed All for One and the teleport guy that killed him. And then so then he came back to life. And he was, So then Ochako, or actually, let's say there was a guy's day or guy's night out thing, and Bakugo confessed to, or actually, between Bakugo and Todoroki, tells Zuko that they are dating his sister, as he's confused. You really, or actually, he was like, "You two really like my sister that much." I'm okay with that. Is Zumi okay with it? Right, my sister? Yeah. When we confessed our feelings to her. So, yeah. So then so when he got back to home, he tells his sister that, why didn't you tell me that you were dating two boys, Zumi? As Zumi's blushing, she was blushing, and she could not believe that her brother found out about that. As he's not mad, he said, "I'm not mad. I'm just a little bit surprised that as she says, who told you?" Oh, please? No. It was both of your boyfriends. Okay? So now they're at 18 and they got married. Of course, Ochako got married to Zuko. Oh. And she's happy about it. And yeah. So then basically Zuko ends up had a child with Ochako. So then, yeah. So then because of infinity hid his actual power of his quirk, so they did the quirk testing again, and they found out that he had a lava manipulation. So yeah, no matter if it had infinity or zero, yeah. So then, yeah. Yeah, so basically, Zuko was more helpful than anyone. Because he could create lava from. He could create lava weapon from anywhere out of, like, his own body. Because, yeah. So, yeah. Then the Ochako has gravity, so it would be flint or lava gravity or gravity lava or lair. Yeah, lay. That's what I'll just call it, lay. Instead of gravity lava, it would be called lay. Glay. So basically, that's what their son inherit. But she did not get, like, she gave birth to not one, but 6 kids. Each one inheriting the Zuko's quirk, or like their quirks, and Zuko's power. So like the time stone, yeah, all that stuff. How do you know which one's which? Is by looking at their hair color. It's basically, for the boys, was they have like hair color that represents their, like, and plus for the girls it was time in here, like her. So yeah, basically, yeah. But imagine her having green hair, and then the reality, yeah, he had like 3 boys, 3 girls, and of course, poor little Zuko or Zumi, or poor little Zumi, she gave birth to 2 kids, or no, actually, 7 kids. Yeah. So because it was just too gosh dang weird, and for her. So yeah, Zumi was, yeah, 7 and kids, 3 girls, 4 boys. Yeah, and then it was just too weird. So please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace.